Hey guys, and we are live. We are back. I am doing a second video today only because I just came back. The conference is over, the 3-day Big Conf, great event, a lot of good speakers. I've been spending a lot of time with Luke Dash, Adam Back, Giacomo. Zuko is here. The other Zuko is also here. I had lunch with him. Josh from Volturo. Of course, Rodolfo and Diego from, the Argentina guys. So it's been great. Andreas, got to catch up with Andreas for a little bit. And yeah, the conference has been great. The conference is over. Just came home, changed my clothes a little bit. And hey, good time to bring Nick on. Your cat is like stretching against the wall right behind you, man.
I know, he is out of control right now. What's up, everybody? He's like running around meowing, so I'm gonna have it on mute when I'm not talking. But yeah,
It's all good.
That's Odin, by the way. That's Odin.
Hey, thanks for joining me, Nick, on this one. I've been doing a lot of solo short videos. This is going to be a short video as well. I got to go out to dinner. I think I've already had a little more than I needed to drink for the day, but dinner is coming and then the evening events. I'm going to try to go rafting tomorrow and not drown, so let's see how that goes. And all right, let's go straight to screen share. And Nick, you're still up in the Midwest?
I am. I will be here probably until the Vegas conference. But yeah, I'm here just working away.
Gotcha. All right, so here we go. So we got, so just an update on the Confiscatable site. What do we got? I think we're still at 48, still 48 tickets left at the current price. So we'll see. We've sold about 100 tickets, and that's great. Hey guys, the smaller the conference, I don't mind. I'm perfectly happy. The less attendees, the less shit I have to manage. Like the conference goes on. The speakers that I have are people that I want to spend time with. So I really don't mind having this as like an intimate conference where the 100 people that are going to be there get a lot of access to the speakers, and that's great. Nick, you're of course going. You're going to play in our poker tournament, and currently it's on hold for general subscribers, but we might open that up to like maybe 10 or 15 more tickets. All right, very quick, my workshops, probably nothing's changed from the morning, so it's all the same. Let's go straight to the charts. I'm going to do my quick overview, and then I want to see what Nick thinks. So here's my view on things. I'm not really looking at the live chat, guys. I should probably pull it up, though.
I'll keep an eye on it, too.
Yeah, keep an eye on the live chat, see if there's anything interesting there. I'm gonna, you know what? Let me. I'll reorder my stuff a bit here on my second monitor. All right, cool. And yeah, let me know if there's anything interesting in the live chat. So the monthly chart still needs to hit the 50-month moving average at some point. I don't know when that's gonna happen. That's at 3,000, but I don't think that's gonna happen this month. I really don't. Not gonna talk about hyperwave. The weekly chart is what we're looking at. So to me, this little bounce, I mean, this is within margin of error, right? So this is the 200-week moving average. The 200-week moving average was sitting at $3,160 or so. We went to exactly 32.10. To me, that is within a margin of error of a support point, and we bounced pretty strong off of 32.10. Now, we need a little bit of follow through, but I'm liking this bounce. Unfortunately, GBTC is closed for the weekend, and I did not set up my account to buy GBTC today. So unfortunately, I couldn't pick any up. I regret it a little bit. This is a beautiful reversal candle. Beautiful reversal candle right now. We got about 2 more hours till the close of the day. And I like this reversal candle. Now, this creates a little bit of a dilemma because the sequential on the daily is calling for 3 more days of downside. But this candle and the fact that we did hit 3,200 is causing a bit of a conflict in my technical analysis brain that I'm very neutral right now. The 12-hour chart hit an aggressive 13, a combo 13. We're on an 11 of 13 sequential, and we did have a 9 on the setup, and this is a beautiful reversal candle with a lot of volume. Now there's still an hour and 20 minutes left in this 12-hour candle. I'm pretty sure it's going to close on a doji, and this sets us up for a nice reversal. So unfortunately, I am getting this, you know, spidey sense that we're ready to have a decent rebound back to at least whatever this moving average is, or the vicinity of 5,000. I think we're a little bit oversold. That is a beautiful candle right here on the 4-hour. That is the type of candle that sets you up for a reversal. However, we do need a follow through. Tomorrow we have to close above 3,500. If we close above 3,500 round number tomorrow, I think we could be off to a nice short squeeze, because the shorts are grossly over leveraged right now. The market is primed for a short squeeze, and for the price to go, I mean, like, look, the leverage shorts is higher. The last time the leverage shorts was this high, man, I'm not even updating here. Jesus. Like September, like maybe the data doesn't go back that far or whatever. Like the amount of leverage shorts on Bitfinex, I know it may not be the best barometer, but whatever. Like the amount of leverage shorts are unreasonably high. I think we are ripe for a short squeeze. This is the type of candle that ends short-term bearish markets. I regret not buying more GBTC today, but I was at the conference all day. Like I wasn't around. I mean, this is the unfortunate part of my lifestyle. I don't get a chance to enter my trades as optimally as I'd like. Now, I have a feeling this arrow is not going to work out, but the price-wise, we almost got to that arrow. That arrow was probably a little bit lower than it should have been. It should have been, I kind of split the middle here. This candle has to pull back up a little bit over the next hour, and we have to close above 3,500 tomorrow. And I think that sets us up nicely. That's my Bitcoin look. Nick, let's get your Bitcoin take on this. I'll stop screen share, and then maybe I'll glance at traditional markets for a minute. What are you thinking? Because I'm thinking that this is it short term. I mean, maybe there'll be one more push down, but I really don't think so.
Yeah, so actually we're in agreement. So there was a number of places that last sell-off could have ended, and I had entered into a number of day trades looking to long it. Luckily, you know, I may not always be right, but my stop loss is, and the stop loss covered any kind of losses I would have had on that long pretty well. But yeah, now here we are. So back to the TD sequential. Ignore the Elliott waves right there, but let me zoom in for this on this, because somebody in the chat brought it up as I was looking at it, and you talked about it. We are on a 9 on the 3-day. Now, there is a number of things I am looking for on a reversal here. I do believe generally the selling is much over, but if we're going to look at Elliott waves, just real briefly, we are at the minimum length for the intermediate and major on this daily sell-off. Again, though, you know, maximum on this wave 3. Actually, let's ignore that wave 3. Let me delete that real fast. But this wave 5 down here, typical 2470, I mean, it still shows more downside. I just do not see anything on the charts telling me we will break down that low. Now, if more supports are broken, then of course I'll change my mind. I am a day trader. I look at things very short term, in addition to long term. But right now I am trading these short term moves, and I am looking for a reversal here in this area. Now that 3,500 area, let's drop down to the 4 hour, excuse me, and take a look at where I feel we need to close. I think I generally agree with you on 3,500. I haven't done TA in about a day. But let's go there, and there's no hidden support there. But yeah, we are looking. Let me clean up these charts. Take off the TI. Let's throw on the Ichimoku. A close above 3,500 over the next day would be pretty prime. Now we only have an hour and 15 minutes, so I believe this closes in this formation right here, and we do have a little bit of a reversal now. We got the same close there also. A few candles back prior on the daily that we're seeing now. But again, that was after we had already tested support. So I expect this actually to more take place like so and get a close above this 3,500 range. Let's put that green, 36.95. Let's look at some of the oscillators on things. Close down some of these. I have way too much open. So that way we can.
Man, I should have taken a screenshot. Like at the end of my workshop, I do these screenshots of people that have like 40 oscillators, and I'm like, don't be this guy.
Right. I look at what it takes to make sense. You know, I've moved from volume analysis to oscillators to strength and exhaustion cycles. So I kind of cycle through. Sometimes I end up being all on. But OBV really hasn't broken this level on the daily. Now it's going to look different on some of these other levels. Like if we flip over here to the weekly, you know, it is clear back at these March levels here. But if we go back to this daily, it still has not broken this level. So I am looking for a bounce down here. We do consider that divergent with a bullish bias. We got pretty large sell pressure on the CMF there, but it is subsiding. Let's drop down to the 6 hour, which is 1/4 time, and see if it is subsiding any further. It is. Let's go to the 4 hour, see if it looks any better. Not so much. Let me take a look at the 6 hour though, because I did notice something. All of our oscillators pretty much bottomed out. I mean, we got a nice, what I like to call stochastic controlled move down, and then a really strong power move here. Stochastic does make its strongest moves when it's in oversold and overbought conditions. More so with overbought conditions, because BTC by nature is a parabolic asset, believe it or not, from its beginning and from its first price discovery. So, you know, honestly, I'm looking for, if we're looking at the 6 hour here, I'm looking for price action to resume up. And I'm going to be paying attention to the stochastic here. If we break above with our fastest moving piece of the stochastic, that blue line there, if we break above that yellow line, then I fully expect us to form some support above this 36.95 range. Again, with price action trading, you don't always want to just set a set amount. You want to set a range. I'm going to have to play around with this some more, about probably even lower than that. But, you know, I'd like to see a close within that range and some support found. And here's where it gets tricky. So I use a system called MTP analysis, right? And it is calling for a long, let me change this, based on Elliott wave rules and a few other things. Now, again, I do not rely on Elliott waves at all completely. Let's turn this yellow so you can see it a little bit better. But our oscillators, our exhaustion cycles, and a number of other things, including actually not quite volume, are telling me that this long is going to be looking like a decent long based on not only Elliott's, but oscillators. I do need to see volume pick up as we enter into this long position right here, which is 35.31 being signaled on the daily. Reason being that is it is identified this as a shortened wave 5. Again, Elliott waves are not everything, guys. I do not rely on them completely. I use volume to confirm them. As of now, that's what I'm seeing, though, is a temporary bottom. It is calling for a take profit clear at 45.59. We'll have to see on that. Truthfully, I think that's a little it's a little too much based on current volume levels. But as this position enters in closer to this 35.31 entry zone, then I'll be taking a look at volume. As of now, though, the volume has not picked up enough. If we go to the 12-hour, CMF is still building negative pressure, still getting that same signal. The OBV looks like shit. So this is what I see. A close in an hour and 15 minutes triggers quite a bit of volume coming in. Algos, a few institutional investors, retail investors look at this as a temporary low, and we build a position and volume starts to pick up, reinforcing my view at this longing position. And from there, I think market structure changes and I enter into my long with my initial risk there. I will be covering that more later on another YouTube stream on my channel later tonight. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at now. So I generally agree with everything you're saying, Tom.
Yeah, I see your stop triggers at 32.10. I would set,
32.09, yeah.
Yeah, I will 9.99, so 32.10. I would set my stop a little bit lower than that. I would set my stop at like 31.95. Not much of a difference if you adjust for your leverage accordingly. But yeah, I would be comfortable with a long here. with a stop at 31.95.
Yeah, again, guys, I'll be taking I'm big on confirmation. I start my analysis with price action, and then I move to oscillators, volume analysis, then Elliott waves, Wyckoff, things like that. I haven't quite done my full analysis, but I'm waiting for the structure break at this level, 35, 31, pretty much on multiple time frames before I take that position, because that confirms it at that point. And then a break above 38.52 is where with this system, I play it a little bit differently. I take my initial entry off of it if it's a leverage position, which it will be. I use leverage the way it's supposed to be, guys. I use leverage to minimize my capital risk when taking risky positions. The more risky the position, the higher the leverage for me. Back to that stop loss. This system has been posting some stop losses that have been a little too tight for me. I think I'll look at some moving averages and whatnot before I place my stop loss on that. But if we have a break above 35.31 with decent volume, then I'm okay with 32.09 as my stop loss.
Yeah, and if you're not playing leverage games, my stop loss would be down below 3,000. Like if you're not leveraged up, I'm comfortable with the stop loss below just below 3,000, like 2,900 or 2,850, but that means my intended target is in a $5,000 area.
Right. Yeah. With the cash position, $3,000 stop loss wouldn't be too bad. Actually, I think I was looking at like 32.29 the other day before this last drop a couple of days ago, or when the drop was happening. Or I'm sorry, 22.29. I think it was around there. I need to pull it up again and do this more thorough. Again, confirmation's everything, guys. I make my trades based on confirmation, mainly price action, and then also oscillators and volume analysis, things like that. But that's what I'm looking at. If the reversal doesn't happen and I don't get this entry here that I'm looking at on this wick, then I can expect more downside. But as of now, this fifth wave does look like it's shortened. We'll see. Again, Elliott's aren't everything. I put as much stock into Elliott's as I do with any indicator, sometimes less. It has to make sense.
The S&P closed really badly. Like, again, I was at the conference all day. And by that, I mean, I was at the conference half a day and I was getting lunch and a lot of sangria for the second half of the day. And man, I did not keep an eye on the stock market. It did not close well at all. This is bad. This is really, really bad. Like, fuck, bad. I don't normally curse on my own YouTube channel.
You do all the time. You just don't know it.
This is not good at all. The stock market just closed at a daily new low. Like, unless we get some miracle on Monday, the stock market is toast. This looks horrendous.
It does, for sure.
Like, the charts look really bad. Oil doesn't really make much of a difference. Individual stocks. I mean, Tesla is still at near all-time high. Facebook survived, but Facebook was beaten up beforehand. Why is this not updating? Facebook was beaten up beforehand. Like, man, this looks bad. But anyway, hey, so we'll talk about the stock market next week. I'll be in Aruba. I'll be a little more relaxed. Hey, Nick, what's your opinion on the shit coins, man? Ethereum and the Bcash flippening, and what just general thoughts?
Yeah, so I trade pretty much anything that moves. I don't agree with the SV fundamentals, but I have taken a position in SV. I am looking for it to outperform Bcash ABC. I said this a couple weeks ago and took a position, ended up closing it on that last resistance, and I'm now filling another position on the dollar pair. But I really don't care for SV or ABC. They have no place in crypto generally. Do not care for them. But again, I've taken a position in SV. I look for it to outperform that. On ETH, I hate to do the told you so moment, but I did. I tweeted about this earlier when I was saying $80 when we started across at 120. I was looking for a bounce at 102-ish. We got it briefly, and then $80 happened. I said 83, and it wicked down to that perfectly. Now, let's say Tyler Jenks's hyperwave theory is correct, and we end up going down to 1,000. By the way, guys, I'm still studying hyperwave. Looking at some of this stuff, I'm not completely on board that 1,000 is in play, but again, you know, I'm fluid with my analysis. I'll change my mind if I see.
Well, hey, make sure. I don't know if I can attend Tyler's workshop in Vegas. I may be too busy setting up the poker tournament for that night, but you should definitely be in that room, man.
Yeah, if I'm not too busy with all the ladies that are coming out to the conference to see me, I should be. Just kidding. Totally kidding.
No
Totally
comment.
kidding. That'll be Tone's problem, to be honest.
No comment.
To be real. So yeah, off-air talks, guys. Don't ask. But as far as Ethereum goes, look, if BTC has its drop down to those levels, not only will I believe BTC will be dragged out down there for a very, very long time. I will probably go back to trading Forex or something like that, because if we get down to 1,000, I don't expect levels that will be sustainable for my trading habits as far as liquidity and volume goes. But anyway, if we do, I expect Ethereum to take a big shit, and we are holding at 80 right now. I did catch a knife on that because I was expecting that support there, but I'm very open to closing my position and looking at some lower lows on Ethereum at 40 if it happens. But for now, that's what I'm expecting with Ethereum. I'll try to cover this in some more thorough analysis later. But yeah, Ethereum's an interesting one right now. I still think
the Ethereum cash market looks totally screwed. Like it's not like Bitcoin. Bitcoin has support at 3,000. Ethereum has no support at 100. So Ethereum is good to go down to the blue line of $15.
Yeah, that 83 held decently well. We'll see. We've still got some support. I think it was at $40. I don't have the chart pulled up in front of me. But when I was looking, I'll have to look when we're not on air. Yeah, so actually it was $41 to $51 on the dollar pair on Bitfinex. If we're looking at that, it's going to be different on different exchanges. But we did get a nice little bounce off support on 83 if you're just looking at pure price action. And I was looking at that from the 110 breakdown with a pause at 102. But still, there's nothing confirming a bottom with Ethereum, guys. So do not be going all in on this. I'm a day trader. I catch wicks like that all the time. But I would not be putting your grandmother's life savings into Ethereum at this point. Not to mention, we got a while before it reaches a new high.
All right, guys, we're going to have to call it a day. Nick, thanks for joining me. Just one more update. Unconfiscatable poker tournament. Nick's playing. I'm playing. Doug Polk's playing. Tyler Jenks, Leah, Jimmy. It's going to be a fun poker game. I'm going to open up maybe 10 to 15 more seats around Christmas. So get ready because they're going to sell out. And, of course, join us for the conference. It's currently at a huge bargain at 0.15 Bitcoin. Check that out, down to 3 VIP tickets. I'll open up maybe 5 more VIP tickets at a higher price. VIP tickets just get you a little more access. And it's mostly there to just support the conference that has no sponsors at the moment. And it may not have any sponsors. There may be 1 or 2. I'm going to look into that once I'm back in the States for a little bit. But yeah, that's it. Check that out. And we are going to call it an end to the video. Nick, thanks for joining me. I am still here in Chile, going to go out to dinner, and then I'm in Aruba. So if you're in Aruba, hit me up. We'll go get, a carnivory dinner. You can always join us for the carnivory dinner after the workshop. The workshop in Aruba is actually going to be from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., and then we're going to go and get a carnivory dinner after. And I'll be in Aruba till like Thursday, and then I'm off to Tampa, and then I'll finally be in New York for a few days after that. Well, 0.15 Bitcoin is approximately $750 in my head. You have to pay a premium in cash. We want the Bitcoin, right? Like we just have the amount of effort we spend allowing you to pay in fiat for the conference. And that's why there's a big price discrepancy, because the conference is priced in Bitcoin. Every now and then we put in a fiat price for you. So like we want you to pay in Bitcoin. I'm basically taking the volatility risk of Bitcoin. I can go broke on this conference if the price drops to 1,000, but I'll make my way back from broke. It's not the first time I've done it.
By the way,
I'm sure Nick's has experience in that as well. Any entrepreneur does.
Yes, to those that are saying Bitcoin is not for me in the chat or LOL Nick's TA, keep in mind, guys, I'm the guy on the other side of your trade when you get liquidated. Stay humble.
Hey, did you drive your car out there from Miami?
Yeah, I'm in the Mercedes right now.
Oh, you're in the Mercedes now.
Yeah, nothing fancy. Gold Mercedes, that's it.
Oh, what happened? Did you turn in the Royce?
I did, yeah, a little while ago. I wanted a sports car too, and that car, so that Dawn is not cheap by any means, right? And so I was, fuck, if I got to put 300K into a sports car because I got to have something fast too, that Rolls Royce got old. Then I just wasn't looking to put that much into it, so I got rid of it with the intentions of buying a sports car. Came out here when I head back to Miami, then I'll get another exotic. I've got my eye on one that is not even really in Florida, so I want a one-of-a-kind one on my next purchase.
Sounds good, man. All right, guys. Hey, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all on the next one.
See you guys.